So, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you for our session. We are presenting the first steps and the experience we made in the practical work with our service concepts. The first service concept is reattract, and this is the part I will tell you now, and further on there will be Julia and Susanna for the other service concepts. In this service concept, the pilot regions of the Landkreis Görlitz in Germany, the Piemonte region in Italy, Świętokrzyskie region in Poland, and Podravska region in Slovenia are involved. The coordination of this service concept is done by the Verein für soziale und berufliche Integration in Germany, and the leader of the whole work package 4 is Mr. Roger Schmidtchen. So if you have any questions, this is the man in the last row. Yes, so don't hesitate to contact him. He has the overview of all activities. If you're especially interested in the pilot activities process in our region, the Landkreis Görlitz, please contact Gabriele Schönfelder. She's in the second row. And if you have any questions to transnational coordination among the whole service concept, don't hesitate to ask me later on. So I like to start with the background. Of course, the background was built in the application form of the whole return project, and our special action is the 425 transnational service concept to reattract former out-migrants to the region. What means, how can we reattract those who have gone to come back to us? The project partners involved, as I told you, are the Landkreis Görlitz, the Piemonte region, Italy, Świętokrzyskie region, Poland, and Podravska region, Slovenia, and responsible again is Roger Schmidtchen. The main purpose for this service concept and the main aims I'd like to tell you in the following, of course, is we want to develop tools, we want to test tools in the practice how to reattract potential remigrants. That means the aim is to provide all information that potential remigrants need in a clear and bundled way. That means we have to collaborate with local authorities and with public stakeholders to avoid the double work, which causes, of course, confusion for willing returnees. Another very important point is the raise of the awareness of the issue and the processes, as well as on the citizen level, on the businesses level, and on the stakeholders level, which means we have to look in the heads of the people, and we have to combine it with challenges to labor markets, the so-called brain drain and brain gain, a loss of human capital, which is crucial for local companies, or also a lack of welcoming attitude towards returnees or immigrants as well. So it means for us one very high goal is also the installation of a real infrastructure that can be very helpful and very necessary for the return migration in the practice. Better understanding that is clear, I think it's very necessary to understand the background, the motivations, and also the social, cultural problems of the remigrants. So this is also, I think, we are working on. I like to go into the pilot activities now, what we are testing actually in the practice. You've heard it also from Pavel when he presented about the toolkit, which means it's a abstract, it's a kind of a concept, and we took out a lot of impulses and a lot of ideas and tried to transfer them on the practice. What we like to present are our experience so that you know what were our steps, what experience were made by us, or what were the risks and challenges. So in the hotline, all partners are participating, all pilot regions, we have 7 as I've written down, and the telephone hotline shall be launched, always in cooperation with the public institutions, already providing public services. For us in the Landkreis Görlitz, it's the so-called citizen offices, the Bürgerbüros, because we know that when somebody plans to come back, he's looking firstly on the public services websites in general. So it makes sense to install these informations also there. The hotline will offer a personalized approach for obtaining informations related to the needs of the returning migrants. And Pavel said it's not necessary that the hotline should be free, but we think it should be free for the calling one and should run also during reasonable opening hours. The staff in the institutions that are willing to integrate these telephone hotlines will be trained for this specific issue, and there will be a development of guidelines and workflows to give correct and fitting information for the special needs of the migrants. It's a kind of frequently asked questions issue. Crucial point will be the promotion of the hotline, which can be done via websites combined with other activities. And our idea was also to provide this information in the public via networks, everywhere where potential remigrants are to find. The second pilot activities in this service concept, Reattract, is the idea of a platform, website, and a mobile app. The partners involved in this pilot activities are the region of Świętokrzyskie in Poland, the Podravska region in Slovenia, and for the app, it's the Landkreis Görlitz in Germany. What does it mean, this website platform idea, or what are our expectations when we are putting it into practice? The idea is to create adequate platforms and websites for the special needs of remigrants and to offer a bundle of information that are really relevant for a successful return, means social infrastructure, job-seeking opportunities, contact persons, that the start in the home region after return will be an easy one, and that the fear or the fear as an obstacle to return will be diminished. Crucial points are that the local authorities and also public institutions will present the link of this website on their own website, which means it has to be a linkage between websites and also with the hotline number. It shall be a combination that you can find, for example, on the website, the information to the hotline, where all the information are explained deeper and personalized. The Landkreis Görlitz developed an additional feature, a so-called mobile app, because it's a very modern way to act, and especially young people are very interested in these things, and we hope that we reach with a kind of mobile app more and more people. It will work in different ways, for example, also on the websites as a button or on products, local products or regional products, on posters, and maybe you know the QR code. It will be an easy access if you're walking with your mobile phone and you can see, oh, there's a QR code, let's see, and you find direct contact to these information that are necessary for the wish to return. The third pilot activities is the concept of ambassadors. Involved are the Landkreis Görlitz and the region of Piemonte. And the idea of ambassadors means that ambassadors are all emigrants, remigrants, and other people that represent, help and support a positive image of the pilot region, which is a crucial point. A better image abroad, but also at home, can be achieved, and which means to show up or to clearly point out that in this region, maybe where the demographic losses were very high, are still and are very lively activities and opportunities for personal and family career. You can find as active civil society, a good infrastructure, and also cultural richness. The ambassadors shall be identified in social networks, also by snowball initiatives, via websites, and also, of course, when somebody calls the telephone hotline, that the contact is made and maybe he or she wants to be an ambassador for his region as well. As Pavel already stated out, the networks play a crucial and important role. I can tell for the case of Landkreis Görlitz that we already started to build up these networks with enterprises, with returnees, and also with the regional task force. And we think that this is a core to root the issue of remigration deeper in the society. Ambassadors will be provided with guidelines and information what an ambassador is, what he can, what he shall do, and how he can and shall do it. So a special training module is requested and will include, of course, the remigration experience. We had a conversation this morning with Gabriele Schönfeller, and she also clearly pointed out that it's very, very important to ask former remigrants, what the experience they made with emigration and with remigration, because then they are, how to say, expert in their own case. So they can really authentically help others who have the wish to return. And they can help to spread different activities and requests, for example, for job seeking, free job places, for housing, for kindergartens, and all the things that you need when you want to settle down or settle back in your region. And of course, in the networks, this can be the virtual ones like Facebook or LinkedIn, or this can be the personal ones like families and also friendships relation.
Excuse me, not to interrupt, sorry for interrupting you. Could you be more concrete and give us some details, not just to leave for your colleagues after something to tell, because you are making very wide, and the time is short, so I would like you to give us some suggestions, some vision of the experience concrete in your pilot area.
So we decided when we prepared this presentation, because it's a public session, not to create it very complex. So when you have a special, what's your special question? You want me to tell you about our experience with ambassadors, or?
No, just to make it a little bit shorter. A little bit more concrete for us, because maybe you are a little bit lost. Per problemi tecnici, una breve traduzione in italiano, vi ricordo che se fate un intervento dal palco vi invito a venire qui, perché se no non riusciamo a tradurre. La collega dalla regione della Germania ci suggeriva, per quanto riguarda l'implementazione di questi strumenti, di fare il più semplice possibile e più sostenibile dal punto di vista finanziario. Fare un numero in più, fare uno sportello in più, proprio per fare una sintesi del suo intervento, diventa costoso e diventa difficilmente sostenibile. Questo era il suggerimento che ci davano i colleghi.
Yeah, and I can tell you from the state of work we are in, actually, that all these pilot activities started. They are very fresh and they are very new. So it's not finished yet, so we can just present what we are working on. So, for example, for the ambassadors, when we created our own Facebook group, and we also built up the networks with the businesses, for example, with the returnees, for example, and also with the task force, with the stakeholders, the regional task force. So we have these 3 networks, and they are the cores, and with this cores, they are spreading and doing activities. Maybe this is what you wanted to know. It's some more clear, but I can't tell you all the experience with all this, because my task is to present a service concept. So I try to be a little bit faster. So I don't want to say too much to the expected results and impacts, because I think it's clear we are dealing with re-attracting issues. What the expected results are clearly to re-attract migrants, maybe in short, to say these practical implications, for example, are the most important point. We have some risks and challenges, and I like to present it because it may be very interesting if you're trying to, or if you have the idea also to install these kind of activities, then you should know with which challenges you have to deal with, and this is our experience also. So you have, of course, always the barriers in the head you have to deal with, and it's not only the citizens, it's mainly the point with the decision makers, that you can, or we recognize somehow a kind of unwillingness to take this issue really in political agenda, and also to find a kind of coherence with existing strategies. So maybe this is a very crucial point to think about it. Also a very important issue, which all the partners also reported, is the challenge of insufficient budget, just not the monetary one, also the human capital, which means qualified and motivated staff, for example. Human resources is a very big issue, because we are doing these activities also in region which had the demographic loss. So how to find them, again, where they are. So this is, you need a lot of time to develop solutions for these challenges and risks. This is a look inside, how the service concept of re-attract looks like. Each tool has a clear structure, and each partner filled in this structure for the service concept, for his tool, or for the tool they are dealing with. And I like to tell you something about similarities and difference in the activities, because we have different partners and different activities. Similarities, of course, are purposes and aims and expected results. The requirements and facilities are similar, and also the evaluation and controlling tools. Huge differences we have, of course, in the costs and financing models, in the partners' network and structure, and in the organizational issues. So, for example, the hotline in Germany is run via the citizen offices, as Gabriele Schönfelder stated, but in Italy by an external expert, in Slovenia in collaboration with the employment service, and in Poland they are also using an existing infrastructure of the Green Line. Also the platform and other activities will be arranged in Poland with 2 programmers delegated to support the web, and in Slovenia they use an IT company to develop the website. So that's it.